If we understand that to make the deen of Allah supreme is our duty, it's a farz. To strive for that, to struggle for that, to try for that is our farz. What does it mean? We must try to forge ourselves into a party, into a disciplined party. And there should be some basis for the organization of that party. Now, first of all, I want to refer to that hadith, Amurukum bi khamsin. The need of a party will be apparent, from that hadith, which we read before also. Please note the wordings of this hadith again today, because now we have reached that point in this series of lectures where it will become absolutely apparent and evident how important it is to have a party. There can be no jihad without a party. عن الحارث الأشعري رضي الله تعالى عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم آمركم بخمس بالجماعة والسمع والطاعة والهجرة والجهاد في سبيل الله. رواه الإمام أحمد والإمام الترمذي رحمهم الله. And in one of the narrations of this hadith there are additional wordings. آمركم بخمس الله أمرني بهن بالجماعة والسمع والطاعة والهجرة والجهاد في سبيل الله. This should be evident now. Actually, this is the level of the duties of a Muslim at which these 5 things become absolutely necessary, inevitable. If you think about Islam as a mazhab, you don't need these 5 things. Go praying, keep fasting, give zakah, perform hajj, don't drink liquor, don't eat pork, marry according to Islamic laws, that's all. Buni al-Islamu ala khamsin, shahadat la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah وإقام الصلاة وإيتاء الزكاة وصوم رمضان وحج البيت من استطاع إليه سبيلا عن عبد الله بن عمر رضي الله عنهما متفق عليه. That hadith is absolutely correct. At that level, those 5 things are essential. But at this level, to establish the deen of Allah, to make it supreme, to establish the kingdom of heaven on earth, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heavens. Oh Allah, all of us matters should be decided according to your law. Why are we living under any other law? This is rebellion against Allah. And if you have accepted it, a Muslim can live in such conditions only, just as a fish is out of water. If he accepts that system, if he has reconciled to that system, if he is thinking of prosperity in that system, he has nothing to do with Iman. He might be a Muslim. He might be a leader of the Muslims. Nothing to do with Iman. In a system, in a country, in a place where the Allah's deen is not supreme, you have to live as a constant fighter, struggling against the system, to be contented with the minimum that is essential to keep you alive, not to prosper, not to have property, not to establish businesses, not to be very successful in professions, not to shine in sciences. If any of these things become the goal of a Muslim, living under an un-Islamic system, he has nothing to do with Iman, and this is the most lenient word that I can say. I don't declare them to be kafirs, but nothing to do with Iman. And at this level, these 5 things become necessary. Bil Jamaate, you must belong to a party. This party should have the discipline of listen and obey. There's not to reason why, there's but to do and die. Whatever command comes, you have to accept. In the case of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this was absolute, no exception. Whatever he commanded, it had to be accepted. Only on occasions the companions asked him, if you permit us to give our opinion, oh yes, come forward. And many occasions he accepted their advice. But had he not accepted the advice, they had to obey the commandment of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. No alternative. But after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, no person, not even Abu Bakr, but to speak of any other person, could demand this absolute obedience. No. Obedience within the limits of the Sharia. And this Jama'ah will do hijrah and jihad. Hijrah, I told you, it begins where? It was asked from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ayyul hijrati afzalu ya Rasulullah, which hijrat is most supreme? Answer was, Antahjura ma kareha rabbuk, that you give up everything and every habit that your Lord does not like. Hijrah has started. You can start hijrah today, tonight. See, assess yourself. Where in your life are those things which are not liked by Allah? In your living, in your earnings. Give them up. Decide. Hijrah has started. But have before you the determination in your heart that if a time comes that I am asked by my party to leave my home and heart and family back and go to somewhere, I shall be ready. As the Muhajirs of Makkah did, not caring about their families. Allah was to care for them. Was not Allah sufficient to take care of them? Could we take more care of our families than Allah? Then jihad. Jihad starts with Al-Mujahidu man jahada nafsahu. Ayyul hijrati afdalu ya ayyul jihadi afdalu ya Rasulullah an tujahida nafsaka fi ta'atillah. Start jihad today. But be ready to risk your life, to respond positively to a call to the battlefield or to some resistance movement challenging the system, where you will have to risk your lives. As I told you, the Prophet said, Man mata walam yaghzu walam yuhaddis nafsahu bidhalik faqad mata ala shubati min an-nifaq. Whosoever Muslim dies who never fought for the cause of Allah and had never desire of any fighting for the cause of Allah, well, he dies the death of a munafiq, not of a mu'min. فَقَدْ مَاتَ عَلَى شُعْبَةٍ مِنَ النِّفَاقِ. And that is why the Prophet said, لَوَدِدْتُ أَنْ أُقْتَلَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ ثُمَّ أُحْيَا ثُمَّ أُقْتَلَ ثُمَّ أُحْيَا. So this is here, you know, the importance of these 5 pillars of iqamat-e-deen.